Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello-y, my name is Loey. So normally when I post my scary side of TikTok videos, I would say like 95% of the videos that I show are literally ones that I only know about because you guys have tagged me in them. Well, as you probably noticed, your girl has been gone for a few weeks, and so I was scrolling through my mentions, catching up on the scary side of TikTok, and I guess because I had just been watching so many horror videos and nothing else, my For You page was just chock full of even more. So I thought today, why not take a dive back into the actual haunted side of TikTok? I feel like it's been a little bit since I've done a dedicated paranormal TikTok video. Now that we're getting into spooky season, I know it's August, but it's officially spooky season for me, okay? I start early. Hopefully I'll be back with you guys more often making videos, but I've missed you a lot. I'm happy to be back, so get your drink, get your snack, and let's watch these 30 paranormal TikToks together. The first video comes from a TikToker named ijaileene, and it's captioned, "I don't even know what I was trying to accomplish, but who the heck is humming?" Now this is a very just normal clip of a girl taking like a selfie of herself near her car, but with the audio on, you hear this. And everybody in the comments was like, what do you mean that wasn't you humming? This is an interesting one because, you know, she's not in a house or anything. She's just outside. Maybe it could have been someone doing yard work, somebody humming incredibly close to the phone, but I feel like she would have known that. And you literally just can't even hear anything else. It's very, very eerie and a great way to start off this video. Okay, have you guys seen the DoorDash delivery person who encountered a mimic going super viral on TikTok? Well, this is a user going by EmilyDell21 who was just delivering a DoorDash order one night when their customer started asking them to come inside of the home.
Hello? Hello? I have your DoorDash order.
Can you put it on the stool, please?
I'm not really supposed to come into houses.
It's just inside the door.
It doesn't really matter how far it is. I'm not supposed to.
Please? It would make it easier for me.
It's just kind of, can't you just come to the door? It's just kind of a safety hazard for me to come in the house.
No, I can't come to the door. Can you put it on the stool? It's easy, it's just inside.
This is the point where Emma says, I'm not coming inside, I will leave it here, but I'm not coming inside. And the person who ordered the food starts cursing at her.
I'll just leave it here. I'm not allowed to come inside, and I will not come inside.
Come on, it's not hard.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people believed that this was a mimic and it was trying to lure her into the home. And I think that they came to that conclusion, especially because of another video that she posted. In this one, she says, I was hearing weird noises at my door and I waited to see if I could get them on camera. And she sure did catch something. Now, based on those two videos, I'm gonna assume that these mimic encounters are just skits, but truly terrifying concepts. I mean, especially the DoorDash one. Like, can you imagine you're dropping off someone's food order just trying to make your money, and they tell you to come in the home to drop it off? Like, it's genuinely such a good concept because it's so freaky. A short video here from Matt V and 14, captioned, found this piano completely enclosed in the woods, playing itself. not believe that there was any sort of follow-up to this video, any sort of additional explanation, basically anything. I know it was hashtagged Luxembourg, I believe, so I would assume that's where this is located. But as it stands, it looks as if this fully enclosed piano in the woods is just playing itself. I don't think a ghost is playing it. They sell pianos that can play themselves. And I mean, if this ghost is playing that piano, hey, they are putting out a banger. So if this is real, if this is just this piano in the woods playing itself, I would assume then that it's some sort of an art project or something, because those things cannot be cheap. I don't know, did someone make this to be creepy? Is it like some sort of an art project? Am I being bamboozled by the power of a simple edit? I'm so curious what you guys are gonna say on this one. But in terms of it being paranormal, yes, it's creepy, but I don't think that this video in particular is a paranormal one. Have you guys ever seen that one TikTok account, Zillow Gone Wild, that posts the weirdest houses that they come across on Zillow? But sometimes they're a little creepy. Yeah, well, what I'm about to show you is gonna put all of them to shame. This video is from a creator named Chase who found a haunted house on Zillow. And no, that's not an exaggeration.
This little gem is in Statesville, North Carolina. It's like 2+ acres. Thought I'd give it a look. Take a closer look though. So again, you're like, quite lovely. Not bad. This is the front door. Sure, it like needs some work here and there, but A-okay so far. Until I gave pause and was like, what's this? And no, this isn't a stunt. It's an actual Zillow listing. And someone reached out to the agent, and this home has since been, it's on the market. It's like 1,500 square feet, 2+ acres, like 3 rooms, 1 bath for $160,000. I guess it comes with an extra occupant. I don't know, but she confirmed this was not a person. This isn't a stunt. This isn't someone else like peeking out.
Of course it's in North Carolina. Of course it's haunted. What else did you expect? But yeah, apparently that's not a real person. They do look very strange in this. Like, they don't look like there's any color to them, but pretty much everything beyond the window looks a little bit gray washed to me. If it is a marketing stunt, hey, I mean, you're gonna attract the right buyer who wants to live in a creepy, spooky, haunted house, but I don't really get that from this. If it is really paranormal, I mean, that's one of the craziest pieces of evidence I've ever seen. It's very, very crisp. Something about the face also looks a little bit distorted to me, so just be glad that that's not peeking out of the corner of your house's windows. I wanted to check in a bit on Morgshauntings, who lives in the Appalachian Mountains and regularly shares stories of her experiences and her followers' stories as well. Well, as it turns out, her family has been having a mimic experience with her, believing that they saw her when she wasn't really there. And these text messages from her father are terrifying.
So this morning I received some pretty alarming text messages and an equally terrifying picture to go with it. I'm literally sitting down before I get ready and do anything to tell you guys about it because oh my god. So I'm gonna put the text messages up on the screen here, but I'm gonna read them off of my iPad. From my dad this morning. You weren't at the barn last night, were you? No, I was up there a few weeks ago, but I haven't been back since. I figured it wasn't you. I guess it was a trick of the light, but it looked like it was you standing in the barn when I had to go up there last night. That's weird. No, it wasn't me. Did the cameras catch anything? I haven't checked the cameras, but I took a picture. And here is that picture. I'm gonna turn up the brightness a little bit and show you, but it looks like the back of my body and the back of my head. I don't know anything that could have caused that trick of the light. And for you guys that are new here, I've dealt with a mimic situation for years now. I got rid of it, it bounced to my husband, and when my husband got rid of it, it bounced to my dad. So the fact that this was caught on camera shouldn't really be that shocking. But here we are. Here's me, but not me.
And then she made a follow-up, of course, and thank goodness for that.
I left off some of the text messages that my dad sent me, so I just wanted to show you guys the rest where he was talking about how he tried to get my attention, but I wasn't paying attention to him. Because a lot of people were like, this seems suspicious, because if he thought it was you, why wouldn't he talk to you? He did try to talk to me, but I wasn't responding. He was like, you were just kind of standing there and you weren't responding, and I was like, it must be the light, because that's not her. He has been hearing me call his name, hearing me call for help, amongst other things. He said it's typically my voice. It started off being my mom, but now it's mine a lot that he hears when I'm simply not there, not around, not doing anything. My dad is not comfortable doing the same things that I did to get rid of this thing because I had to do a whole cord cutting ritual. He's very Christian. He does not like that stuff. So, I mean, unless it just gets bored and leaves, I fear it's just here to stay. I don't know.
I've always so enjoyed Morg's stories and her videos and the creepy scenarios that she seems to find herself in. But I was of the mind that most of us knew that at best, these videos were inspired by true events. And I say this because it's kind of become part of these videos for me to sort of weigh in when I think something might be fabricated in some way. I also say that though because I feel like Morgan gets a lot more flack for this kind of video than most of her peers do. I don't know, just something I wanted to throw out there, and I just wanted to send my girl Morgan some love. I really like her videos. Like I said, she's honestly brought us onto so many spooky Appalachian mysteries and creepy videos, and she's just been a staple on the scary side of TikTok for so long, I had to throw that out there. Then, this is a video from a TikToker named Spooky.scoundrel, who posted a clip from an Estes Method ghost hunting session that she had in the Old Angel Inn. And apparently, in this video, they're going to be talking to a very rude 200-year-old ghost.
If you can see us, how many fingers am I holding up? Enough. Okay, but like, what's this number?
Okay, but seriously.
Okay, but like, what's this number?
What the?
There's this one.
What a?
I don't like you. You're being very mean to me.
What the f are you talking about?
Look, I'm just trying to know if you can see us.
The funniest part about this to me is that freaking cat ball, man. You do not understand, unless you have gone ghost hunting with one of those things, how hard it is for them to go off. I always want them to go off when I'm ghost hunting. They never do. And of course it goes off right as like this ghost is just roasting the hell out of them. Not quite paranormal, but I couldn't wait until my next Glitch in the Matrix video to tell you guys about this. There is a new Mandela effect. And now I learned about this from a poster named infinitejackson. I'm actually just gonna play their video first so you guys can hear it, and then we'll talk about my thoughts.
When I was in probably, I don't even remember when, but I was way younger when they went out of business and off the face of the earth, bro. And now all of a sudden it's an active one here. Yeah. Didn't they go out of business? I know I'm not tripping.
I was so confused about this because I was positive that Payless had closed down. Okay, I remember going to Payless shoes all the time. They would have like designers do little capsules for them. There was an entire Christian Siriano collection that I was obsessed with in high school. And I was that girl who did wear heels to high school. I don't think that that comes across as a surprise now looking at me. But after a quick Google search, Payless actually did completely file for bankruptcy. And it appears like they relaunched in 2020, which is kind of crazy. I feel like that was not a good business year, but hey, they came back. So that explains that, and explains why we all definitely remember Payless closing down. So I don't quite think this one is Mandela effect, but I love Mandela effects, okay? I love talking about them. I will talk about them for hours. The other day, I literally sat on my couch with my friend and we just wrote down all of our own personal Mandela effects and compared and contrasted and freaked out over the ones we didn't know about. But oftentimes, it's not quite as creepy as we think. Every video I make, I have that one TikTok, the one TikTok that caused me to sit down and press record. And today, this is that TikTok. From a TikTok named fairlyfrances. There is no way I can set this up for you. You genuinely just have to see it yourself.
Stop! Is somebody there? I'm freaking out! What the hell? Why is it sitting up like that? That's so weird. I got up off the couch. What is going on?
Maybe something is underneath it, but if there is not, that is genuinely one of the scariest paranormal videos I have ever ever seen. But as this poster says in kind of like the captions of this video, their dog wasn't freaking out or anything like that. So if it is a spirit, it has to be one who was at least around a lot and hopefully had no bad energy. And the poster says that they spent 20 minutes after this trying to get the blanket to stand up like that again, and they could not. Can you imagine walking into your living room and your little friendly household ghost has just decided to go full on horror movie with you, hiding underneath a blanket? Like, come on guys, it's 2025. Like, get with the modern day haunting times and get away from the blankies. I have always found security camera footage of paranormal evidence very fascinating. And there have been a lot of them recently, but this video from Koltindarley is a little bit different. Because apparently, the wife of the neighbor who owns this Ring camera in particular gave Colton's daughter a very creepy doll.
Bro, your wife gave my daughter this. I had no idea. 3 a.m. last night, I hear walking. I get up, go walk around the house, there's nothing there. Everyone's asleep. This had moved. Okay? I'm not sure where your wife got it from or why she gave it to my daughter, but this thing's not staying in my house. Weird stuff has been happening ever since this has been there. It's your problem now and your responsibility. You guys bought it.
And you know what? Colton and his family, I think that they're surviving the horror movie, okay? This is exactly what you do. You return the haunted doll to sender. Now, Colton does do skits like this pretty much all the time, varying from funny ones to horror ones to everything in between. So this is not real. Like, I mean, I don't know. That doll is pretty creepy, but I still wanted to share it with you nonetheless. T Morgan 22 posted this. POV, I'm locking up my storefront and this is outside in the back. What the hell is it, and what should I do?
Oh my god, y'all, why did the lights... Y'all, like... Y'all, what the Y'all, what is this? Oh my god. Oh my god, what the creepy stuff out here, y'all? I don't know. Like,
I, along with a lot of people in the comments, kind of thought this was like a Groot statue, but upon further inspection, it really looks like a Halloween prop of some sort. It's not moving. I don't think it's like a real person, obviously, but very strange. Who just dumped that in the middle of the night and left it there? Okay, I was about to tell you guys that I didn't think there was any kind of update to this, but I just went to this person's account and seeing this thing in broad daylight makes it so much scarier.
Hey y'all, so I'm here to give y'all an update. I am alive, okay? This thing definitely did scare me and my family, and it also scared the nail salon next door to us. Like, the older lady literally almost passed out. They were telling me, like, she was really scared. So apparently we have a tattoo shop next to us. Apparently they had it on top of their building, which no one ever seen, which is super crazy because I'm like, huh? I feel like, well, I was told that they had it there to, like, protect their building. Like, I don't know if it's, like, a spiritual type thing. But anyways, we have a new landlord. They told them to take it down, so they put it next door to their store, which is kind of, like, a little scary. But nevertheless, a lot of y'all were saying Groot. Yeah, and some other things. But y'all, when I tell y'all the statue feels like an entity is in it, like, I'm still low-key scared going in my store. So I might have to go next door and tell them, like, yo, what y'all doing? Like, y'all gonna put this thing away? Because it doesn't just feel like a statue. It feels like there's an entity energy in it. And I told my daughter not to touch it.
Apparently it was protecting this tattoo shop on the roof next door, but she's like, we never saw it. That is really, really, really bizarre. It doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before, and I actually do not think it is a Halloween prop upon seeing it now. I don't know what it is, but it's nightmare fuel for sure. Why does the mouth have to be open like that? I don't know. I don't want to disrespect it though, so if this is some sort of spiritual guardian or entity, then more power to everyone, but I also fully understand this person's point of view now. Holy cow, if I had seen something like that, like coming out from my late night shift, I'm the only one in the parking lot, leaving work, and I just lock eyes with that thing. I used to work at a mall when I was like 18, and I would see some weird stuff, okay? I very often would force the security guards to walk me to my car when I would get too spooked. But if I saw something like that, forget it. There were no other updates about it though, so just a very creepy one-off experience, I guess. Back to security camera footage now. From Melzmakeup, imagine getting ready for bed and your cameras catch a random shadow when there's no kids in the house. And in this video, clear as day, you can see what looks like a child run behind this poster. They literally like phase in from nothing, run behind her, and disappear. That is just clear as day to me. And then they go back. Like, and where are they coming from? There's no opening. It's just right to and from the wall. The fact that it doubles back is what truly sent me. Like if it was a one-off, you know, maybe you could say it's an animal, it's a glitch of the camera or something, but it not only goes in that direction, it comes back the other way. It's really low quality, so maybe they are walking down a hall or something like that, but either way, there are no kids in the house, so who is that in the video? Because that's not like a trick of the eye. That is a full-fledged shadow person, clear as day. Why do they look like they have a blanket on their head? What is with these ghosts? Do they have ghost TikTok? Is this a trend we don't know about? Pranking our living human victim with blankets? Recently, a man who had been a paramedic for 22 years DM'd his personal paranormal story to a TikToker named Kelseaec. And this is genuinely one of the creepiest paranormal stories I've ever heard. And I 100% believe, as you guys are going into this, that it is paranormal.
Al said that one night around 1 a.m., he and 3 police officers were dispatched to a call. The 911 dispatcher said that the woman was on the phone saying that it was cold and it was dark and she didn't know where she was. The woman on the phone is not able to give them a location of where she is, but the cell phone is pinging and the 911 operator is able to track this and kind of figure out where she is, so she sends them to that area. While they are trying to locate this woman, this 911 operator is still on the phone with her and they are looking around this area. They are not seeing anything. They see a school a little bit up ahead, so they decide that they're going to go check there, see if there's any cars or anything going on. They get there, they do not see anything. As they're standing at the school trying to figure out where to go from here, the 911 operator is able to link the cell phone number to the owner's address. So they head that direction. They get to that house, they go and they knock on the door and an elderly man answers, and obviously they had just woken him up. At this point, the 911 dispatcher has given the officers the woman's name who is on the phone and the address that the phone number is linked to, and it's also pinging from a cell phone tower nearby. They ask the man who answers the door, "Do you know this woman?" He tells them, "Yes, that's my wife." They ask him, "Is she okay?" Man looks at them and tells him she passed away a year ago.
So this is looking pretty weird for everybody involved. Now, the police have to do their due diligence. They're like, we need to make sure that your wife has actually passed away, that, you know, there's no crazy, weird, foul play here, whatever. They verify this, and it turns out that the wife had passed away of natural causes a year prior. The man has her cell phone in his house.
So they let the man know what's going on. They're saying, well, we're getting a call from your wife's cell phone and they're using her name and they are saying that it's cold and it's dark and they don't know where they are. Now, as this is being repeated to this man, they're all kind of realizing cold and dark, it was the middle of summer, so it was hot. But this man whose house they're at looks at them and tells them there is no way that that's possible because I still have my wife's cell phone in this drawer in the house.
Still functional, still has that number. There's no way someone should have been able to make a call from that phone. And she's clearly not there. She's gone. It could have been someone playing a prank, and this is the point that the paramedics tell him, like, we're so sorry, this isn't funny. Maybe someone is playing a prank on us, like, we don't know another way to explain this. They just tell him they're sorry, and he closes the door, and they all leave. But the story is not over yet. Because the entire time, long after, you know, they had gone to check this out, the 911 operator stayed on the phone with the caller.
By this point, the 911 operator had verified this woman's name, her date of birth, and her address. The caller was able to give all of this information eventually because she had actually stayed on the phone for several more minutes after this call was ended, after they had left the property. The 911 dispatcher told the paramedic and the responding officers that it sounded like the woman was in an empty room or a small space because she was echoing. All she kept saying was, I don't know where I am, it's cold and it's dark and I need help. Eventually, the woman ends the call with the 911 operator simply by saying, I have to go back now. At that point, the paramedic, the police officers, and the 911 dispatcher have absolutely no explanation for what just happened. As he said at the beginning, he's worked night shift as a paramedic for 22 years. He has seen and experienced weird things, but this is the one that he simply just cannot explain aside from paranormal.
Genuinely one of the eeriest things. It sends goosebumps all over my entire body. I really believe that this was the case of someone who didn't know how to move on in the afterlife. It sounded like she was in this room and it was echoing and she was dark and cold, and I literally just have goosebumps all over my entire body. Honestly, I just can't even imagine getting a call like that as a 911 operator. But also those paranormal stories, the ones that come from paramedics and police and the 911 operators, they are often some of the scariest I have ever heard. This next TikTok may just show a haunted statue. It comes from a user named Spooky.mane and it's captioned, "Watch its eyes. Tell me I'm not tripping." Now here's what's really weird for me. The first few times I watched this, granted it was a little bit late at night. I pulled this video, it says at 9:41 p.m. last night. So I was sleepy, keep that in mind. But the first few times I watched this, I could have sworn that yes, I did see the eyes move. It looked like the eyes went down as the camera went down and almost followed it. Now that I watch it and even slowing down the footage, I don't see that at all. Please tell me what you think, because I'm telling you, I saw its eyes move clear as day yesterday, to the point where in this video I was gonna be like, it's probably edited or it might be edited or whatever. I don't see them move at all now. It's really weird. However, in this video from Oscar Laredo 02, there is some eye movement that is very real, and it comes from Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. You can see clear as day the dog. I'm not familiar with their names. I certainly knew these characters when I was a child, except for Charles E. Cheese. They're all strangers to me now. But the dog, his eyes move. Like one of the eyes moves over and snaps to the camera, which is weird because before they were going in totally different directions. Like he was keeping an eye out for Selena. And then at the end, it looks like Chuck E. Cheese's eyes snap towards the camera as well. I guess it's really whether or not you think that the animatronics were still up and working, because that would of course explain the eyes moving. They're made to move, but nothing else about them is moving. And why is it just the eyes snapping towards this camera? It's so weird. I came across a paranormal investigator going by Sixlines on TikTok. He has posted multiple compilations of paranormal photos that he has taken as a paranormal investigator. In this slideshow in particular, he shows the 5 best. Number 5, this was taken at Saratoga County Homestead. This really is hard to see, but it almost looks like a nurse or a nun looking out the window to see who arrived. You have to look very closely to see it. I can certainly see what looks like a shadow in the window, and you can almost see a face if you zoom in on it. My profile picture cuts it off, but this was taken in Gettysburg, and it looks like a face and a torso near the tree on the right. And it took me a minute to see this one, but I do see what looks like a person there. Then this one was taken at the Shanley Hotel. On the right, you can see a child peeking out from a door in the distance. Now, I zoomed in on that, and yep, sure does look like a kid peeking around the corner. Oh, and here's where it gets good. This is at the Hinsdale house. We're in the backyard. My mom stood directly in front of a misty apparition, and clear as day, you can see what looks like a translucent person standing there across this lawn, and it's lit up by the mom's like headlamp thing. It's genuinely terrifying. And then number 1, I snuck this photo at the Mark Twain house, where they do not allow photos. The circled face on the right is so clearly an eye and a nose, and the circle on the left shows a leg that looks like it's wearing old army wear. I don't really see the leg. I'm a little confused about the leg, I will be honest, but if you zoom in on the face, I totally see that. I thought these were really interesting photos, and like I said, this creator has others on his account, so make sure to check him out. I will have him as well as everybody else that I talk about today listed out down below. Allie Beans on TikTok posted this, "Was trying to sleep and I feel like someone is watching me. When they pan over to their door, you can see what looks like somebody staring back in at them." Now, this has become a bit of a trend on TikTok. There are other videos like this that I actually will have in my next big TikTok compilation. Like I said, the 60 scary TikToks that I really need to film next. And I don't think all of them are real. It does look like something is staring at her. I mean, you can see an eye. It doesn't look like something is staring at her. Somebody is staring at her. But I also think it's become a trend, so most of them probably aren't real. A sort of fun twist on this, though, comes from a page called Artofknoth, doing a portrait. Need to fix the eyes. And as you can see, they are creating some true nightmare fuel there on their little tablet. And oh, What is that beside them? The Nightmare Fuel. This is a very cool account, by the way. I highly recommend checking them out. They make kind of horror themed art that definitely leaves you unsettled. So be warned when you go into it, but a great spooky season find. And another one here, I was just trying to take a pic of my hair. Tell me y'all see it too. And you can see two very large eyes peeking out of the blinds. Again, I don't think that these are all real, but you can see, hey, it was on my For You page. I'm telling you, I'm finally getting the spooky content. I love it. A TikToker named Luke Fernandez 59 was just on his couch one day watching TV when he noticed something out of place in his kitchen.
So I'm currently home alone, watching Mine See TV. Mind you, my masks are right up there. What the f is this? So like I said, I'm watching this bull. As if that's not freaky enough. At midnight, home alone. What's really creeping me out is the fact that there is a mask on my fridge. Here, let me zoom. That's not my mask. My mask is behind me. So I don't know who put that mask here. Bro, what the f? Where'd the mask go?
It goes completely dark before the mask moves, so I do think this was a skit, but how creepy with the Michael Myers mask. Also, sir, why do you have a small collection of those? They're literally terrifying. I do get it, obviously. I have a myriad of weird things from doing like cosplays over the years too. If someone found my collection of Scream masks and Michael Myers masks and everything in between, they might be a little concerned about me as well. The sun is finally going down, so I put up my other light. What do you guys like better? Do you like when I film during the day, or do you like my nighttime glowy setup? See, this is my favorite and I like to film at night, but then sometimes I get too scared too. I will never outrun My Little Pony horror, man, because this TikToker posted a video and basically they were working at a store late one night, like no one else is in there, and every time that they would turn their camera away from filming this little thing, this My Little Pony toy keeps laughing.
Watch, I'm gonna turn my camera away and you're gonna hear this stupid pony laugh.
Could it be motion censored? Maybe, but then why is only that one going off and none of the other ones? And also, there's no one and nothing in there. At first, I thought maybe somebody was standing behind this, you know, moving it or doing whatever, but it looks like there's another one of these toys stocked behind it. You can't see any sign that somebody is back there doing this. I mean, it just looks like the toy starts going off. Like, why is it laughing? And ew, why did it do it the minute that he turned away? And where is this store so I can avoid it at all costs? Or go there. Actually, I probably would buy the one haunted one. You're literally joking me. Wait, this is so weird. I swear to you, I did not plan this. This is on my TikTok For You page right now, and it's another TikToker. I was opening this up to talk about the next one because I needed to see the person's username. This haunted doll, I'm sorry, I'm like flabbergasted. This haunted doll collector got her dolls the toy, like the My Little Pony toy.
When you get your haunted dolls a new toy.
Oh my god, Starla. Is that you? Girl, I think Rose is just like, this is way too childish for me. We're gonna sing Pink Pony Club and you touch the pony, okay? Pink Pony Club, I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club.
That is so weird. There's not even anything. I mean, it says the pony made me jump out of my skin in the second clip. But like, what are the odds of this random My Little Pony and no one in the comments is saying like, oh my god, that's the My Little Pony from this other guy's video. I think this one was posted first. Oh my god, wait, this is so creepy. Ew. I don't know how I feel about all that. Both the video, but also this weird My Little Pony. Is this a sign? I'm gonna move on from this now. That's really strange. Well, the whole reason I went on to TikTok is because there's a user going by Spow415 who posted what appeared to be a mermaid or a siren on the rocks at this beach. And this is actually Key Largo.
Dude, what is that? Dude, what is that?
I know because the top comment on this video is look up Key Largo mermaid statue and you will find that it is in fact a statue of a mermaid. So I did, and I found this person's video. Her name is Kelly. She shows the Little Mermaid. It's very, very cutesy. But my question is, that mermaid is facing the beach. And what that other poster saw looked like it was facing away from the beach. It's really dark, and I also think like knowing that there is a statue there, you know, of course it's probably the statue, but it doesn't look like the same thing to me. It also may not be the same thing. It may be something totally different here because it doesn't even look kind of the same. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Was that just a statue or was it something else? Okay, well that was all very weird. What is with the My Little Pony? Should I be worried? A TikToker named Smitherenes has gone viral recently because he has been making some truly crazy videos regarding the paranormal. He's been doing a series on this basically where he explains he doesn't really believe in this kind of stuff and he's trying to egg it on. In this video in particular, he catches something on camera.
I honestly have no idea what that was, but there's only one logical thing to do at this point, and that's to venture deeper into the forest until I'm completely lost. I've been warned by so many locals to stay away from this forest, so that's why I'm doing all the things that you possibly can imagine you're not supposed to do. If skinwalkers are real, honestly, I might be in some serious danger, but there's one thing that scares me more than skinwalkers, and well, that's other people. I don't know who or what's out here, but every step I feel like something is watching me, and well, I was soon about to be proven right. I'm getting this feeling of dread, and I soon found out why. Someone has made these figurines and crosses and hung them from the trees. And as soon as I found them, I started hearing this off in the distance after I turned off all my lights and used my infrared camera. I have no idea what that is, but the only way to find out is to venture deeper to find it.
I feel like so often I will play videos like this and, you know, you'll hear these noises and somebody in the comments is like, babe, that's a fox screaming. Why do you not know that? It's this very specific breed of fox or wolf or whatever. And I'm always like, I don't leave my house, so I don't really know what to tell you about that. But that one sounds like a whole man screaming, all right? Whether or not these are real, that can of course be debated. This person has been doing a series like this and has uploaded some pretty creepy content in the past as well. But what do you think? He's not surviving the horror movie, by the way, not even kinda. I can't stop thinking about the haunted toys. Okay, when you guys were kids, was your Furby haunted? I mean, when you took the batteries out of your Furby, if you had a Furby, specifically in the 90s and early 2000s, when you took out the batteries, would the Furby still go off? Because I feel like I've heard so many people with that experience. I feel like you hear more haunted Furby stories online than literally anything else. And this video is not of a Furby, but it's of a very similar situation. Fabledhuntress literally put this toy outside because it had no batteries inside of it and it was still going off. And you just have to see it for yourself.
You want to know why you've been thrown outside? Because you don't have any batteries. But you creep me out. Yeah, you're not coming back in.
She says probably just a wire glitch. I think it's interesting that it almost like responds to her. Also, I love that she put it on its head and like timeout or whatever. But yeah, what is that? Actually, somebody smarter than me, please explain to me how it is the wire is getting crossed, or I have no idea what it is, but somebody explain it to me so that I can stop having nightmares about my Easter edition Furby from when I was a child, because it really brought me back to that. Audreywithluvv posted recently on TikTok saying, when you think you brought home an attachment because weird things start happening again. So you leave a digital recorder when no one is home and capture this. Sounds like something for sure. It sounds like a demon if you're asking me, but it just sounds like something talking. She also did say that this was it with like noise reduction and stuff like that, but it gives me chills every time I watch that video because nobody was home. No one was home to make this noise. No one was home messing with the recorder. So who was it? And I would be so curious to know more about this attachment with her. So definitely check out her page, but yeah, that is some pretty creepy evidence. Not paranormal, but there is a TikToker who I've never really been able to work into one of these videos who I watch quite often, and his name is noahglenncarter. And as I say that, I'm sure most of you have seen his videos or watched them regularly. He also is on YouTube and pretty much all the platforms. I see him literally everywhere, and he honestly makes really fun videos. Like, he talks about kind of just everything. But recently, there was a situation I clearly did not hop on fast enough, and Noah breaks it down pretty well. This is the Hungry Killer mystery, which went viral on TikTok while I was taking my little break, and it seems as though the account is gone now.
So recently, this account called The Hungry Killer has been posting some very disturbing videos. In one of these videos, they show off their basement where you can see what appears to be someone's jeans on the table right there. And in another video, they show what appears to be multiple graves in what I assume is their backyard. And according to people in the comments, there's actually more stuff that just isn't there anymore, such as them showing off an unalived person on their story. And they also apparently had multiple videos that have since been taken down.
Noah says in this video what is most likely is that this is made up, and that is true. It's probably just somebody trying to make a series of scary videos, but if enough people report an account, of course it's gonna get taken down, especially if they were showing fake bodies or anything like that, you know? And if they're not gone, I don't know why I can't find their account now, this Hungry Killer. But very, very eerie. And this is why I gotta stay on top of the scary side of TikTok, because stuff like this just comes and goes before I know it. TikTok user Spookynewengland actually worked at the Conjuring house. And with the new Conjuring movie coming up, the Last Rites one, very excited to see it. We'll get back to you on that. I thought, what better time than to share one of her scary stories working at the house. During her first week there was nothing she really couldn't explain away. She worked her job, she did her chores, she welcomed in guests. But then one day when she was the only person there, something terrifying happened.
When I was alone, the house felt different. I practiced before giving my first tour and suddenly felt like I wasn't alone, to the point where I apologized and said I didn't mean any disrespect by being there. That night, I only had 2 guests who had booked the entire house for themselves. I felt an immediate connection to them and appreciated their respect towards the spirits. While I was giving them a tour in the basement in the evening, we heard what sounded like conversation coming from the dining room. We listened for a while, and I had to make sure that the house was locked and no one had broken in. It sounded like we were eavesdropping on another time. I pictured a man just talking about his workday. Perhaps to him, we were the ghosts in the basement. While we were in the dining room, we heard the sound of drums from far away outside. It came closer and closer and louder, and it felt like it shook the entire house. The sound didn't come through the surveillance video, and nothing seemed to be shaking. It almost felt as if the house was vibrating, but only we could feel it. We looked outside and nothing was there, no cars, no helicopter. But we had a feeling that we were not safe to leave the house. When we opened the door, it stopped.
You have to be a pretty brave person to work in the Conjuring house, because I cannot even imagine it. A lot of those locations are so fascinating to me, but the idea of going to them and being in those kinds of spaces and with that energy is genuinely terrifying. She's had so many experiences that she's posted about on her page, which you can totally go and check out. But this one in particular, something she said about how maybe they were the ghosts to this man who they maybe heard talking about his day, really stuck with me. Because what if it is like wires being crossed over, and it is sometimes timelines crossing, where something paranormal happening for you is also something paranormal happening to someone else. I kind of feel like that makes sense, and I feel like I've seen paranormal stuff that definitely sounds exactly like that. Like maybe the wires are just getting crossed over, you know, and maybe we are popping up in a time for them at the same time they're popping up at a time for us, because it all is just not linear and it all crosses into each other, and we're all just scaring the crap out of each other forever. Oh, that's my last TikTok. I thought I had more videos for today, but that is the final one that I had to share with you guys for specifically this haunted side of TikTok video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. A special thank you to my subscribers who are members of the channel, and if you want to join the channel memberships and get extra members exclusive perks like members only videos, polls, help me decide on future video topics, and so much more, you can click that little join button somewhere around the screen we would love to have you. An extra special thank you to my VIP loves for their continued and generous support of the channel. I love and appreciate you all very, very much. I love you all very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.